Well, a surge in migration in the wake of the pandemic is expected to inflame Australia's housing crisis. Live now to Trudy McIntosh. Trudy, just take us through exactly how many more migrants we're expecting in terms of the forecasts.
Well, Ash, this is one of those numbers that is buried within the budget papers. It doesn't often get a lot of attention on the day the budget's handed down, but this has been put in the headlights this morning, showing a record 1.5 million migrants are expected to come into this country over the next 5 years. This is the breakdown. We knew the 400,000 figure for this financial year. The government says a lot of that number is in fact the return of international students studying at our universities and tourists, but you can see it's quite a prolonged figure over the next 5 years. 315,000 for the next financial year, and you can see 260,000 each year after that. Opposition leader Peter Dutton making this one of the central attack lines for him in the wake of the budget. We saw this yesterday in question time, likely to see it again this afternoon as well. The opposition believe the government has not done enough to actually plan for this. If this is what Treasury is saying we should be expecting over the next 5 years, Peter Dutton argues the government needs to have a plan for infrastructure and housing.
And you need to plan. We can't just start putting. 1.5 million people is a higher number than the entire population of Adelaide, bringing here in over a 5 year period in the middle of this crisis.
Well, Labor argues that if Peter Dutton wants to be part of the solution, then the coalition shouldn't be standing in the way of the $10 billion Housing Future Fund. This has been the subject of a lot of debate this morning in the Senate. It remains a standoff between Labor and the Greens. The Greens are critical if this Housing Future Fund is to, in fact, become a reality. Well, the Greens have not budged on this, despite 2 attempts from the government over the last 24 hours to gag the debate, to try and force a vote and one way or another make the Greens put on the record their opposition to this fund. This morning, Jackie Lambie, she's an independent senator, she does in fact back Labor's proposal, running into Jim Chalmers, the Treasurer, in the corridor and taking a free swipe at the Greens.
Get this through Parliament. I should say good morning to Jackie on her way past. Morning, Jackie.
Well done.
Nice to see you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks very much. She's on board for housing. How do you get
Yeah, we appreciate your support for housing, Jackie. Thank you.
And I'll tell you what, the sooner we get that foundation down, the better.
Yeah.
Every day those Greens stop that is every day those people out there are living in those bloody tents.
Couldn't have said it better.
Tonight we're going to see opposition leader Peter Dutton hand down his budget in reply. Oh, Ash, we're going to see that tonight. We don't actually know the big policies that are going to be included in it. Peter Dutton giving somewhat of a theme this morning, Ash. He says this is all about trying to speak to Middle Australia, who he believes was forgotten in the budget.
Trudy, thank you. And you can tune in to Sky News at 7:30 p.m. to hear Peter Dutton's budget reply. That's where the opposition leader will reveal some new coalition policies that it will take to the next election.